we're here with Pirate's Guide to Boating and the Occoquan River Maritime Association's Blessing of the Fleet. You can see we're starting right now. These are the lead boats for the parade. After that, the river community's boats will parade on through, and we're about to start in about 5 minutes.
So we just have a few quick remarks here before we get started with the blessing. ORMA is made up of 4 marinas and 3 yacht clubs. Belmont Bay Harbor Marina, Hawkmasters Marina, Occoquan Harbor Marina, Prince William Marina, Fairfax Yacht Club, Occoquan Yacht Club, and Prince William Yacht Club. The Occoquan River Maritime Association was actually established in 1999, and the original mission of ORMA was to promote marine safety, encourage recreational boating, and support the commercial interests of businesses along the Occoquan River shores. Each spring, ORMA organizes a Blessing of the Fleet, which is an age-old mariner's tradition where receiving a blessing from the local clergy was meant to ensure a safe and bountiful boating season. This year marks a significant milestone for us as we come together to celebrate the 21st anniversary of this treasured event. The Occoquan and Potomac rivers are very special to many people in many different ways. For the owners and employees of the businesses along its coastline, it's essential in how they make their living. For the thousands of boaters and their families, it's where they go to decompress every weekend, away from stressful jobs and life's hectic pace, especially traffic. It's here that they come together to make memories that will last a lifetime. For many people, it's where they had the pleasure of meeting ORMA's previous treasurer, Joe Livingston. Sadly, Joe passed away on March 4th of this year. We are joined today by his wife, Gail, and son, Keith. Keith is going to share some memories of Joe's rich history with our waterways.
Hello everybody, thanks for joining us today. Nice day, I'm glad the breeze is coming. Just a few words from my father and the family. Attending the Blessing of the Fleet was an event very special that Joe was always involved in. For many years, Joe had a passion for coordinating this event because it was such a beautiful marker of the beginning boating season that connected our boating community and the harbor patrols. Over the years, countless boats, including the Gale N2, took this opportunity to reconnect after a long winter and motored up the Occoquan to have their boat blessed as they turned their hearts and minds to a beautiful summer on the water. May all of you take to the beautiful waters on your priceless vessels that so greatly enrich our lives. Enjoy a safe, fun, and blessed boating season. Just a few of my dad's loves of his life. My mother, Gail Lynn Livingston, his extended family, friends, and boating friends. His boat, the Gale N2, Hawkmasters Marina, and all of the yacht clubs he was a part of. Rest in peace, Pop.
Thank you very much, Keith. Joe is definitely a huge part of not only ORMA, but many organizations along the river, and he is definitely missed.
There's only 2 types of sailors, right? Those who have run aground and those who lie. When we do run aground, these guys haul us off of the sandbar that we ran aground on. So tell us about how long you've been doing it.
I've been doing it my whole life, basically. I'm 23 years old. My dad owns a company, so I've been born and raised into it.
Your whole life?
Yes, sir.
What kind of crazy stuff happens when you're towing boats? Like what?
You almost get hit. The other day I had a boat almost run over me. while I was towing a boat down the river. Find people half drunk, naked, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't know to slow down when they see a
Yep.
boat under tow.
They just pass
all
right
pass
by
it.
it. Yep.
That tow line gets nice
No
and
matter the
snappy.
size of the boat, no matter the size, everything can happen. So this is we have two boats just like this. We just put all brand new electronics, brand new FLIR, radar, 2 brand new screens in it, brand new depth finder. This is 485. We have one that's 486 that would keep up National Harbor and Hamptons landing. And then we have Cat Wise, which is our center console. And the boat that went by earlier that we didn't get to see because he had to do something is our safe boat, which is an old retired Coast Guard boat. And then we actually, the yellow fireboat up there, the big yellow fireboat, we have another one. Was the old Fairfax County fireboat that we've turned into our own.
All right, George, we're back with the Pirate's Guide to Boating with Ann Wheeler, the chairman of the Prince William Board of County Supervisors, not the Prince William County Board of Supervisors. One of our favorite people here on the river. We know she's a big supporter of the boating community and the maritime community, especially the police and fire. They depend on the county for their support. And first question for you, tell us about your boating history. Have you been out on the water?
You know, I grew up boating. I sail a sunfish, did that, sailing by year when I was little, and we had a 17-foot winner that we went, a winter boat that we went, what's it called? Stuff. You're behind a boat, you're being pulled.
Towed.
No, on skis. We went water skiing.
water
Whoa,
skiing.
yes, it's been a long time since I've been water skiing, but I can still do it if I need to.
I can't.
Yeah.
Water skiing. I fall right on my face.
Uh,
So anything new at the county that involves the river?
I think there's been a real focus over the last 2 years on knowing how important that the river is to Prince William County, especially during COVID, right? And so it's great to be at the blessing of the fleet today and honor Jim Livingston also. I know he was a big part of this boating community. And just knowing that it's great that we have this, I said a couple years ago, Woodbridge is the boating capital of the Virginia.
It is, really.
And it is. So I love that it's here. I'm going to start talking about, instead of green space, blue space. Because that's what we have in Prince William County. We have blue space. And I think we need to start getting that message out there more.
Good. It brings to mind that project that they had for the Prince William waterfront. Is that still a thing?
The one in Belmont Bay, or the
Connecting up all of the marinas here with walkways. Is that still a project?
they have a lot of walkways and trails, and I'd have to go sort of look, but I do believe that there are sort of nature trails that are connecting all the way down the coastline. So definitely.
Well, thank you very much.
No, thank you. Thank you for all you do in the boating community in Prince William County.
pleasure.
It's a wonderful place to live, work, and play, and that the boating community is a big part of that.
You always have an open invitation if you want to come aboard and chill out on the water.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And we're back. We're here with Senator Somerville from our state Senate, and you're representing which district, sir?
36th Senate District.
Okay. Do you have any experience on the water?
Yeah, well, first of all, I've been in the legislature for 13 years. My district starts around the Wilson Bridge and ends at the Widewater Peninsula.
Okay.
So I have the Potomac, I have about 45 miles of Potomac shore. So I've been dealing with those issues for years. But we had a boat when I was a kid. We kept it over at Swans Creek Marina in Fort Washington when I was a kid. I also have a few boats I keep up north and on a lake in the Adirondacks. And so I boat every year.
Okay. Now we have big questions for you because now we're looking at a state perspective. Everybody here boats not just on the Occoquan River, the Potomac River. We go up and down the Chesapeake. We go up and down the Rappahannock. What are the biggest issues going on in Richmond right now?
So, first of all, water quality is always a big issue out here. I mean, the Potomac River still isn't swimmable. The Congress passed the Clean Water Act in the 70s with the objective of every river in America being swimmable by 1983. We kind of missed that. But I was one of the leaders to get the Alexandria combined sewer taken care of, so that's under construction right now to get that raw sewage out of the Potomac. DC took care of theirs a few years ago with a $2 billion project, but we've got a long way to go to make the Potomac River so it's really a safe river where you can not only swim in it, but also eat more than one fish a month out of it.
Yeah.
It's I know angling's a huge issue. I also have to deal with a lot of water safety issues. I know we changed some of the boating licensing rules about 7 or 8 years ago, and Virginia, police can't exactly stop cars for, boats for safety violations like they used to be able to do. So those issues come out a lot at the state level. Also a lot of hunting issues all around the river, either angling issues, fishing licenses, or for example duck hunting. Sometimes you get conflicts between duck hunters and fishers, or duck hunters and people on shore. And so we're constantly dealing with that kind of stuff.
That's great. That's great. Everybody on the river here is a naturalist. They'd like to take care of it, but they'd also like to be able to enjoy it for a longer period of time.
Yeah.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, trash and litter issues are another one. I mean, there's a creek in my district up here, Little Hunting Creek. I've taken 239 shopping carts out of the creek in the last 8 years, and you wouldn't believe how many bottles and cans of trash. You all see it when you're out here on the river, and you see it floating around. But the trash and litter problem's a big problem.
See bottles, water bottles, cigarette butts, and masks.
A lot of masks. I've seen a lot more masks in the last 2 years.
Well, we actually have the Occoquan River cleanup every year. Feel free to come on down.
Yeah, no, I do. I've been down for it once. Yeah, but it's it's like I said, representing so much waterfront, I get a lot of issues. For example, about 4 or 5 years ago, the Coast Guard said Neabsco Creek was no longer navigable, and they wouldn't put up their navigation buoys, and we had to put together the funds to get that channel dredged back out so that those 3 marinas could stay open and people would have access to that 24-hour gas dock. I think there's a sewage pump there too, and these are issues not many other legislators have to deal with up here, but I do. So.
Yeah, we're appreciative of it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thanks for voting on taking care of our river.
Oh, we will. We make sure everybody in our community respects the waterway.
Good. Yeah. All right. Thanks.
I'm here with Sergeant Major Victor Hangry, the Neabsco District Supervisor on the Prince William Board of County Supervisors.
There it is. Say that
And
3 times fast.
I messed it up with poor Aunt Wheeler. Is it Prince William Board of Supervisors or the County Board of Supervisors?
Yeah.
We know what you guys do for us on the river. We're very grateful. And we had this great story just started about your plans for boating yourself.
Yes,
What you would like to do. Tell us.
My retirement, my dream is to live on a nice piece of land with river access. I'm looking at the Savannah, Georgia area, and I want a pontoon boat, and I just want to fish and be able to have nice dinner with family and just more of a party atmosphere on a boat on the river that I can access to go many places. That's my ultimate dream. I think this is the best. This is the way you retire, right here.
That's what it's all about. I mean, everybody on the river tells me the same thing.
Yeah.
You look at that highway with all the traffic, but down here
Yeah.
it's peace and tranquility.
Yeah.
But what we're grateful for is what you guys do for us on the river.
Yeah.
Any new projects going on that affects us down here?
Well, I won't say new project, but let me just say this about being here. This breeze is amazing.
I know it's nice.
I know it's hot,
It's nice.
but being in here with this little, coming into the river and the way that wind hits it, okay, look at this. That's beautiful. But I will tell you this, so we don't really have any, at least to my knowledge, any real projects going on the water right now. But one of the goals truly is to work on our tax base and really get that lowered, and I think that'll help out a lot. But as I heard earlier, that to own a boat is very expensive.
Very expensive.
So I want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity to own a boat or a jet ski or a pontoon, right? And so that's something we're just looking at. I think that's a big goal right there. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Always glad to see you.
It
And
is.
Really enjoyed interacting with you at the board. We're here with Andrea Bailey from the Prince William County Board of Supervisors. Actually, Prince William County Supervisor.
You said it right.
I did it right.
Yeah, Potomac District.
Yeah, she always get that backwards, and she corrects me. So, have you been on the water? Were you a boater when you were younger?
I've been on the water. I was a boater when we lived in Hawaii for 4 years. I became a boater, especially sailboats. I love sailboats, and the water is wonderful because it sets the mind, the spirit, and the body all at
Yes,
once.
absolutely.
So
That's
I
why we're all
love
here.
being on the water. Yeah.
We're all here for the same reason.
Yeah.
We take a look at the traffic on Route 1 and say we want to be back down on the river.
Yeah, no traffic. Well, no traffic on the water, but I think y'all are more polite.
They wave. So anything new with the county that has to do with the river?
No.
No? Nothing going on?
No, nothing going on. All I can say is people want to be out and enjoy have a lot more recreation and just enjoy each other. But just come out of the COVID season being free. So that's the only thing that I know of that's going on the water.
Well, you know, you guys always have an open invitation to come join us and chill out on the river.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
I think that this is community, and we have to build community, and this is a way to do it, not on land.
Right. Oh, you notice it's 10 degrees cooler when you're near the nice cool water.
Yeah. But I really appreciate it. Again, I wasn't able to come last year for the blessing of the fleet, and so it's great being here with y'all today, and just to say we appreciate the community that you bring to Prince William. Thank you.
Fairfax County Marine Police, these are the guys that keep us safe on the water. This is Officer Tim Whittington.
512, 502, 45. I'm rolling out. If you guys need anything, let me know.
I heard you have a maritime background.
I do.
Sounds good. Appreciate it.
I was in the Coast Guard for 20 years. Right out of high school and retired in 2014, and then came to the Fairfax County Police Department. So while in the Coast Guard, this was my thing. Driving boats and doing search and rescue and maritime law enforcement.
I bet you see some interesting things out here. Not involving my boat.
No. I haven't had too much going on since I've been with the unit, but obviously I've seen a few things over the years.
We appreciate having you guys out here.
Thank you.
What are some of the challenges you see out there that we should be aware of? Maybe spread the word.
I think probably young folks in life jackets, probably paddleboards and life jackets. I think people don't realize that the requirements to have those and just the risks they put themselves at when they get on paddleboards or kayaks or canoes and don't think to take life jackets.
Do you want to show us what we have here?
Sure. Yeah, this is a 29-foot safe boat, 2 chart plotters, kind of the standard stuff. We obviously monitor maritime frequencies, but also we have kind of standard police radios as well that can monitor VHF frequencies, but also give us the capability to communicate with other police entities and other jurisdictions as well. So the setup is almost identical that you would see in a police cruiser. These radios are identical. This computer system is the same. It allows them to automatically dispatch us to things, or allows us to self-dispatch on stuff if we're, stopping a vessel or something like that.
Very cool. This is for towing. I noticed the layout of this boat. It's a rigid inflatable, right? It's actually rigid hull?
It's actually rigid.
Okay.
It's aluminum and it gives the impression it's a rigid inflatable, but there's nothing inflatable actually about it. So it's aluminum hull with response and foam sponsons on the side. It's a safe boat. Coast Guard was using safe boats for years, and they are set up to tow. They tow quite well.
12, 45. Don't be afraid to go and get some food or water. They got plenty of it. They keep offering it. So.
That's fun. Well, we hope to see you on the
I'm just
water.
getting away from the side of traffic. Then we'll make our way.
Not going to hear over that.
Before, y'all have a good day.
There we go. All right. We hope to see you out on the water. Thanks for being with us,
Pleasure.
and also thanks for keeping an eye on it for us.
Thank you, sir. Pleasure.
Well, that's it. We're about near the end of the Blessing of the Fleet. Thank you for coming on out. Be sure to check the Pirate's Guide to Boating for articles about life on the river, fuel prices, weather, everything you need to know about boating. And thanks for the drink, George.
Anytime.